Salutations! Welcome to the conversation. I am your host, the Queen of Shade, and I would like to formally, cordially, gleefully, and joyfully welcome you to One-on-One with the Queen of Shade Season 2. There are going to be a lot of surprises in this season. You're going to see a lot of familiar faces that have been here before, and some new ones. And it's going to be an amazing journey of discovery. Remember, these are not interviews. These are inner views. Let us see what your soul looks like. So pull up a chair and don't forget to comment, like, share, and most of all, subscribe. To follow the show, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Queen of Shade, and you can follow the show there. There's also a podcast version of the show, but that hasn't come all the way out yet. I did a soft launch, but that will be coming out too. Season 1 was absolutely crazy. There are 253 episodes of Season 1. Yes, I was running off of pure adrenaline, pure spirit, pure excitement, and we got that done. So you can expect Season 2 to be just as magnanimous and crazy and explosive. There will be some great conversations that you will be able to take things away from and apply to your natural life. 253 episodes. Let's see what we do for Season 2. I love all of you and thank you for supporting, watching, commenting, liking, sharing, because baby, we're on this journey together. We're not on here alone. I'm not on here alone. My guests are not on here alone. You're right along with us. So once again, welcome to the conversation. Now let's get to the conversation.
You fall. The Queen of Shade.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get you, boy. Mister, how's your wife and kids? Do they know you like to handle this? I say, mister, why punish your son? 'Cause his daddy likes my kind of fun. And at night you always call my phone. You're always asking if I'm all alone. And when I tell you that I need your love, you come running just to feel me up.
Priicy. Salutations, Queen of Shade, coming to you with another special presentation, moving full speed along with One-on-One with the Queen of Shade Season 2. We are speaking to people from all over the world, from all walks of life. But you know that if you follow me as the Queen, you know my first passion is music. So I am always uber excited and uber elated when I get a fellow musician in front of this camera just to have a conversation. It's not an interview. It's a conversation. And that's what we do. So having said that, I want to introduce you to a young man whom we already started talking before this even started. But we're going to continue our conversation for you. So please help me welcome the artist known as Priicy. It's a long applause.
I love that. I need all of it.
Hey!
What's up?
How are you?
I'm great. It's Sunday. I'm here. I'm excited.
Yeah. What were you
Yeah.
doing before this? Because you came in
Uh,
kind of briskly. So what were
yeah.
now I get to
I
ask the camera.
Right, right.
Tell your
Yeah. No.
business.
I went to get a haircut and I came back. That's not why I was like rushing them. My mom was here. She was like looking for her jacket and stuff. So I'm like trying to help her find that. And by the time I got like done with all that, because I didn't want to like rush her at the house, so I was concerned. Oh yeah. So but yeah, by the time she found it and got out of here, I'm like, all right, now I got to hurry up and get ready for real now. She just makes up stuff so we can hang out. So like she's like, oh, where's my jacket? And stuff like that. So I didn't want to just like, oh, yeah, you need to get out of here. I just was like, oh, I just kind of let her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know she lives by herself now, and she's like in an apartment like 30 minutes away. This is um, like the family house and stuff. So she comes over sometimes just bored and just wanting to see us, my niece and I. So,
Will your house be the family home for Thanksgiving, or are you going?
um, yeah, we usually go to Fayetteville. My mom is from Fayetteville, so we usually just go home, well, home, and celebrate with the rest of the family. So yeah, she's one of seven. Um, so yeah, everybody else lives there too. So we got a big family.
Wow, a
She's the
big
only
family
one.
that stayed local.
Yeah, she's the only one that moved away.
Wow, and
Mhm.
she moved away. Now, did she move out of state, or did she just move to a different township or borough?
She went to Connecticut first
Hmm.
from North Carolina, and then she met my dad, and then they moved to Atlanta. So that's why I'm from Atlanta.
Wow.
Yeah, she's the oldest of seven. She said she was tired of babysitting. She was tired of watching them kids. So she was like, "I'm out of here." As soon as she finished high school, she never went back.
Wow, your mom sounds like me.
Yeah,
Your
are
mom
you?
sounds like me. Like I'm like, nah, I'm done. I'm out. Listen, you
I'm
can't ask me
not
if I'm not there.
exactly. Y'all figure it out.
Right.
She said, "Y'all
You
can
can't
figure it
ask me
out,"
if I'm damn. She stayed gone too. Damn.
and
Yeah.
never went back. Yep.
Yeah, listen. I had to come back because funding was an issue, but I can talk to you like this because we're artists. At that time, I was modeling, but I did that shit on my family too. I got sick and tired of their games too, and I said, listen, here
Listen,
I'm
I get
pursuing.
it.
I said, listen, I'm pursuing a career, but my thing was when only my brother knew. And this was years ago because I'm 42 now, but I was 22 then. But literally, yeah, I know, 42. Where did the time
You're
go?
right. You look good.
I
42 is crazy. Yeah.
I had to allow you to say something there because everybody does.
Yeah, because
Everybody's like, no,
42 is
we'll get
wild.
into
Yeah.
that for a second. But no, my getaway
Okay.
was my brother didn't even know. I mean, my brother knew, but the rest of the family's like, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Finally,
Yeah.
my brother got sick, tired of them asking him, and said he's in France.
Wow. Okay. So where are you from?
I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But I
Okay.
didn't
So you
grow
moved
up
from.
in Philadelphia. What I did was I was born in the projects of Philadelphia, but my grandmother became an educator. So her
Okay.
having that degree, a master's degree, she was able to move me and my siblings out of where we started, and we lived in the suburbs. So I'm actually from
Right.
Willow
Okay.
Grove, Pennsylvania. So
Oh,
I
wow.
claim Philly because everyone knows Philadelphia, but I had a modeling agent one time. I remember I went to him and there was a whole bunch of other black people there. And when you go to castings like that, there are always the black ones there. The white ones get
Yeah.
interviews and they get appointment times and they come in specially, but all of us is a catalog.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
he turned around and he said, where are you from? And I'm in New York. I said, oh, I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He looked at
Hmm.
me, cocked his head, and said, come with me. Child,
Just like that.
I thought he was gonna put me out. Like when I tell you, because it wasn't a good look. It was a now I got to get you together, and all the bookers are gay, so it was a now girl
Yeah.
I got to get you together kind of look, and I was scared to death because it was an open air loft. Everyone could hear what he was saying. So he
Gotcha.
put me. He went around the benefits, so I guess they wouldn't see my face because we're all scared. Are you going to take us? Are you going to sign us? Are you going to help us?
Right.
So he pulls me around the corner. He said, where are you from? I said, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He said, excuse me. But where are you from in Philadelphia where they speak as properly as you do?
Oh.
Yes, and that's what you heard around the corner. Everybody was like, oh man. Because one thing they don't like you to lie about, and I wasn't trying to lie, but
Yeah,
they
you
want
are
where are you from? Look, they don't want, oh, I'm half black and I'm Asian and I'm this and what are your real
right.
ethnicities? They ask these questions. So I was like, well, sir, I lived in Philadelphia as a child. It was like, when did you leave? I said 10. He said, and it shows. He said, so from now on,
Mm.
wherever you go, you say that you're from Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. And he said, by the way, so am I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I had some good things come out
That
of that. His name was Ron. I had some good things
shout
come out.
out to
That was
Ron.
Fusion Model Management. They left New York. That was years ago. We talking, I was 19, 20. Yeah, Fusion
Okay.
Model Management. He gave me photographers and things like that. So I actually didn't sign me to his agency, but he gave me
But he did
other
put you on
steps.
though.
Yeah, he gave
Yeah.
me other steps in the right direction. But yeah, so I say Philadelphia because I do. I live in the northeast of Philadelphia, but I'm still a hop skip from Willow Grove. Like it's not. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not.
Okay, okay. I still have never been to Philly, so I don't know much about.
Can I be honest?
Okay.
You ain't
Yeah.
miss- you ain't missing
I
nothing.
ain't missing nothing.
Let me
You're not the first to say that though.
let me tell you something. I haven't been down to Center City.
Is that like the main area?
Because I live an hour away from it. So, but you can live an hour away from the center of the city and still be in the city. No rural. Like you can still be in the hood an hour out. Yeah. Because our city just expands in so many different directions. It's a huge city. It is. It's a huge
Okay.
city. But I haven't been down to Center City where everything happens since Christmas of last year. And that was when my friend Joe Adorno, who I also talked to on here, he came to
Mm,
Philadelphia and took me out.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I haven't
Yeah.
been so
So
that was December. It's gonna be December again.
again, right?
Yeah, like you know what it is being a Philadelphian. I know you're not missing nothing. Everybody, and that's what I love about it because it's not just me. One thing about
Yeah.
Philadelphia that a lot of people don't get, our city doesn't get the credit for is we're grinders. So we
Mm,
work hard. We're always on that grind. We got the main job, we
yeah.
got the side hustle. Like we don't show our face for what? Like how can I show my face at a club that I can afford the drinks, but I can't afford to buy the bar?
Oh, that's why. That's what.
That's
That's what
how
y'all
we
be on.
think. Yeah, that's a
Ah,
lot of it. Well, I'll say the upwardly mobile. And most of the young
yeah.
boys are rappers and trying to get out of here and actors and models and dancers and yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying to
Everybody's working.
what they don't know is that a lot of our big talent were sent to Philly to be groomed under the radar. There were, I know names, I don't want to call no names, but I know big names that were sent here. I know big names that come here and record in studios. So,
Mm.
yeah, our city, because it's so close to New York and not
That
so
same kind of
expensive, yeah,
hustle and bustle.
but not so expensive at all. Not so expensive.
Gotcha.
Center City is becoming expensive. It is. Because my friend Joe, shout out to you, Joe, he took me
Shout
to,
out to Joe.
yeah, he took me to, it was called the Sky Lounge. It was in the new Comcast building, which is a brand new building. It's the tallest building in the city. And the Sky Lounge, now mind you, I'm scared of heights. I'm afraid of heights. But the Sky Lounge is at the top of that building.
Gotcha.
Biggest building in
Okay.
the city, and it's all glass. It looks like an atrium. You talk about the
Hmm.
part, I have anxiety disorder. One of the things I have. Child, you talk about anxiety up there, but I will say this. I saw my city in so many different directions. I think
Mm.
that motivated me more to get out of here. Like it was like, bitch, be about your money, get a bag, and then come back so you can enjoy this view.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that. See,
yeah, it was
perspective.
like,
Yeah, I love
yeah, it
that.
was like that. Like I look, and I mean, you could see my city north, south, east. Like I had never, and get this, I lived here. I've been here, stomping grounds. I had never seen my city from that angle, ever from that view, and it changed me. It changed me.
I love that.
I said, I'm gonna always be about my bag. I don't care about nothing that's going
Oh,
on in the ground. Nothing on the ground, honey. Sky. That's where, yup. Yeah. So shout out to you, Joe. Thank you
yeah.
for taking me. I said that for this. That was one reason, but the other reason was so we go to this high ass Sky Lounge. Um,
Mm.
restaurant, and the only thing in there that what well, I shouldn't say the only thing that was high in there was the height of the restaurant. Everything was high in there. He ordered me two virgin drinks because I don't drink alcohol. I'm a singer. I don't drink alcohol at ever, oh, and never. So turn around and they were virgin drinks, $45 each.
Hold
Exactly.
on, eat.
Exactly, boy.
You said
45
eat?
$45 each. That's when I said I'll be back down here in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in these drinks now
I
for
don't listen.
$45?
It wasn't nothing but some grenadine and some water. Literally. Like, I mean, they did
That's
give us okay now.
crazy.
To be fair, the salt around the edge of the glass
Oh,
must have been flown in from some exotic
you
place.
know that still ain't
You
no
paid for
$45 drink.
the salt. Shit. But no, I
That is
drank them things. And he
crazy.
had to know, and I wasn't even gonna ask for another one. I had money, but he insisted on paying. So he was like, "Do you want another one?" I looked at him like, "What? No, I don't. No, I don't. You will not. You will not get here and say that the Queen of Shade hit you up for two drinks and didn't give you no ass. No, you won't. $45 drinks and you ain't getting nothing on the way home. Not a blowjob. Not a nothing. No. I said you gonna do that to me. No, you won't.
Right.
He got him. He got him.
Yeah,
I upped
45
him.
is crazy.
That is crazy. But I want to say this. I always bring this up. I've been bringing this up lately. Joe and I, my conversation was very groundbreaking that day. I've been in business for myself for 20 years. But Joe, he's in business for himself as well. He owns like a child welfare. It's a full service, fully
Nice.
accredited in Florida. So what happens is he helps, place children, be the big brother, be a paid friend, whatever these young
Right.
children need. But he also works with children in the system as well. But he said to me that if you build your business on a shoddy foundation, it doesn't matter if it's year 5 or year 20, it will fall.
Mm.
And I knew I started like teary eyed because I knew all the work and all the money that I put into building my business the right way. Every time something goes wrong with my business, it's something that needs money thrown at it. So
Yeah.
literally I'm like, and I've been the Queen of Shade for 12 years, but 10 publicly. But 2 years
Nice.
before she even came to the camera, we was already like put her together. So,
Yeah. Okay.
but he said that, and he said, not only does that happen, 20 years, whether it'll fall or succeed, but he also said, and it takes 20 years to become an overnight success. And
Mm.
I'm in my 21st year. So now
Okay.
the universe owes me big. So I'm like, where's that?
Yeah. And hurry up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I said to my nephew today, um, I didn't, I didn't want to go deep yet, but I guess it just goes where it goes. But I said to my nephew, I said, most of the time, we as artists, especially, we'll get into how I'm an artist as well, but most artists, we we think we have a shelf life.
Yeah.
And if we don't do a certain thing by a certain time, then it's not possible to be done. Or we kick ourselves for opportunities that we have had and
Right.
turned down because they weren't the right opportunity, but they could have gotten us a few steps further.
Right.
Me, years ago, I learned to stop taking those as opportunities as well because they're not. They're intermediates from one light to the next. I don't need to go from one stoplight to the next stoplight. I need open road. So
Yeah.
yeah, I realized a long time ago that
That's good. I like that analogy.
thank you. I'm a
Yeah.
queen of that too. I'm not just a queen of shade. I'm a queen of analogy,
Okay. Okay. Let me put that in my notes too.
right? I do analogies, I do metaphors very easily. But yeah, a lot of us, as I was saying to my nephew earlier, we think, oh, we wasted so much time, but no, no. I'm 42 years old and I am sitting exactly where I'm supposed to be with the knowledge that I need, the information, the skill, the experience, all those things that I have that would make you hire an artist of my caliber. You
Hmm.
know, I don't have to, and it's not about like, that's the thing. Most people don't understand. You pay for a Grammy, you pay for those things. Someone does. They don't understand that. You have to submit, you have to pay dues, you have to be a part of the recording academy. Yeah, a lot of stuff goes into that, but basically you pay for that. Um, what you don't and what you can't pay for is the learned experience. That when an
Yeah.
issue in your business pops up and you know how to handle it. It doesn't even shake you. You don't bat an eye. You don't. I'm in that. Like I was saying today, because I do these monologues. I don't know if you're familiar with me like that, but I do these monologues where they used to be a minute. Now they're 3 minutes. And I literally just channel from the spirit world and say what the ancestors want me to say. I'm very spiritual. So these monologues are what I went famous for, what I went viral for. It wasn't my music. It was these monologues. And that's how the Queen of Shade was born. But, you know, as I was talking and doing these monologues today, I talked about how I believe you, me, the people watching, all the people, everyone around us, we are all exactly where we need to be at this time.
Yes.
There's not a
Yes.
mistake. No, there are choices you make
For
that will
sure.
place you certain places. In those choices, they put you where you want to be. And you can examine your choices. But as far as where you're supposed to be, you're never fully off where you're supposed to be. Most of us, we
Yeah.
go through things and we're like, oh, it was right around the corner. Metaphorically, it was right around the corner. All of it. Yeah, I realized in a long time ago I had to be okay with that, because I was that girl. And I'm like, listen, I need to be 20 years old. I need to be doing this. I need to have a Grammy. I need to be doing Broadway. I need to be doing this. I need to be doing that. And none of
Yeah.
that happened. And what you have to understand is I'm a different case. I'm a different case. None of that happened because I was dumb enough to bet on myself. It was supposed to happen.
Mm.
They wanted me. I had an A&R. I'm 42. I come from a time when there were A&Rs. And literally, they wanted me. I was going to sign with a major label. After American Idol first, mind you, American
Mm.
Idol got mad because I walked away, didn't like that contract. Oh, yeah. They wanted me. A lot of people wanted me. I don't know if you've heard my music, but when you'll hear it like you'll know why. Because
Okay.
it's something unique. It was something they didn't have. And it was something that you couldn't engineer. It was not something that you could walk in a studio and say, give her a little reverb, give her a little over here, up this, up that, compress this, and this is how we get this sound. No, my sound comes out of me exactly how it is. And
Right.
I know how to use my sound. Like my music, you'll see at one time I put an album out, it had 50 songs on it, and no two songs were the same. But at 40
Wow.
something years old, you better have more than 50 songs into you. You better have lived a life. You better have something to talk about. I wasn't 22 anymore. I had a
Yeah.
whole life to talk about, you know? But a lot of times, artists, I find that oh, well, I should have been here, and oh, I should have been there. I said no. And I remember when my A&R, I called him. He lives in Sydney, Australia now. We're on good terms now because
Mm.
he says, I didn't think you could do it, but you did it. You did it on your own. You did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a white guy, you know. But he said to me then, I remember when I called him, I said, I don't want to go through with this. He said, wait a minute. He said, so what you going to do? And I was between a rock and a hard place. I was facing, now mind you, like I said, Willow Grove, Pennsylvania, moved into the hood because that was where I could afford. So I'm
Yeah.
facing the hood or out, and I wanted out. So he said, well, what are you going to do? I know your situation. See, that's what people don't understand. You got to tell them everything when they talk about signing you. This was real. So they wanted to know
Yeah.
everything. Family life, home life, what pain, we can use that pain. We can get writers to write that. Like, we need to
Yeah.
know everything about you. That's where artists today, they need to know that. So I'm going to say that again. I'm going to put a pin in that and say that. If someone really wants to put an investment or invest in you, they want to know everything about you because they want to make sure that there are no surprises, and they want to make sure they can use everything in your past, present, and future to help you get ahead. If someone's like, oh, well, we don't care where you came from, then you're not going to last with them very long. I just want
Anyways, right.
yeah, I just want to put a pin in that. But I said I think I'm gonna sing in coffee shops in Philly and work my way up. He said, I'll never forget it. He said, so let me get this right. Now this is a white guy. He said, let me get this right. We want to make sure your voice is heard by millions of people around the world. And you want to sing in fucking coffee shops? That's what he said to me.
Sometimes you gotta hear it like that. Sometimes you.
I said, yes.
Yeah. Ooh. I
He
know
said,
that's right.
he said, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. The whole spiel. You'll never garner the attention. You'll never do this. You'll never do that. You'll never do this. He had to call me back. I got that call 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when my first
Uh,
album dropped. I knew you could sing like this. I knew you could do it. And not only are you an artist, but now you got this whole viral sensation presence. Yeah, I'm more than just an artist.
mm,
I'm more than,
yeah.
and get this. I know why I'm going this way. I feel you. This is so odd. I do this sometimes. I didn't mean to do this to you. We're gonna talk, but
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
I just want to admonish you because you are a music artist. I've seen your work. I've heard your work. I'm a fan. It's very good. I love that you
Thank
rap
you.
and do all the things that you do. But I want you to also remember this. At the end of the day, you can make it happen alone.
Okay.
Enough of us don't get told that. Take it
Yeah.
from somebody who was scared shitless, who, when they hung up with that phone call with him, I was literally in Center City. I slumped down the wall and I sat there like, oh my God, I done made a mistake. But
Yeah.
at the same time, my spirit was like, but you're free now. There's no hooks in you. Nobody's
Mm,
demanding. So your work is not going to be made on a, we need it done now. We need it done. It can
yeah.
organically. And it can
Yeah.
come out when it comes out, the way it's supposed to come out, how it's supposed to come out. And that's what has happened for me, but I want to
Mm,
tell you, because being a rapper is hard. Being a
for
rap,
sure.
it's harder than singing because,
Really?
yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because with rapping, the first thing they do is they listen to your flow and they say, oh, you sound like such and such. They can tell you've listened to someone because of your cadence. So they're like, well, we already have him. So you have to find a new flow. And for a lot of rappers, they've had to change their entire flow that they've used their entire career, recorded all of this music with this flow. And a lot of them don't have another flow. That's
Mm,
what they were inspired by. They saw it and they
right.
liked it. But the problem is when a label is about to sign you, they're signing you because yes, we can hear your influences, but we want to hear you. So yes, those were your influences, but where did you take them? Where did you go with them?
Right.
You
Hmm.
have to take your influences a step further. My influences: Barbara Streisand, Whitney Houston, Josephine Baker, Toni Braxton, Donna Summer, Shaka Khan, Tina Turner, like Phil Collins, David Bowie. Like I have, like, my grandmother played all kinds of music in my house, all kinds, because my grandmother raised me, all kinds of music. But when you hear my music, you will be like, well, damn, how did you arrive at that?
Yeah.
And it works for you.
Do you feel like that's like what you were saying about the influencing part? Do you feel like that's less true for singers?
Um, yes, I feel like
Okay.
with a singer, I feel like you can kind of mask your influences. I feel like
Ah,
you can mask them.
that makes sense.
With a rapper, when he starts flowing, you hear him immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. And that's the difference. With a singer, you can hide it and throw them off the scent long enough, and then they go, "Oh, well, you do this like this."
Gotcha.
Oh, that's actually one of my influences. If you notice, a lot of singers don't say their influences because they don't
Mm,
want the public
to
to
put it
start
together.
listening and put two and two together. And now you're that person. You're not you anymore.
Yeah, I didn't realize that too just now.
Yeah, but
Mm.
I can list all of my influences because literally you listen to my music and you're like, how the hell did you get there?
Yeah, yeah, I
How
just
did you
get
get
right
there?
there. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna send it to you afterwards. It's everywhere too.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
everywhere. But
for
literally,
sure.
you'll be like, and you got there. That's what they're looking at. And see, that was the thing. Because back when I was going to sign all those years ago, they asked me what my five influences were at the time. At that time, my five influences were Barbara Streisand is always there. It was Barbara, Anita Baker, Donna Summer, Barbara Streisand, Anita Baker, Donna Summer, India Irie, and the man, I think, was David Bowie. And
Mm.
literally, as my A&R, what my A&R said, because my A&R was the one who asked the question, what are your influences? He said, now, and he literally said this to me, now from your 5 influences, we will listen to their bodies of work and we will craft your sound. He literally said that. With a rapper, it's not like that. He's
Yeah,
flowing. He's in the pocket. It's different. With a lot
gotcha.
of these singers coming out, they're remixing the greats that
Right.
gave life to all these singers. Because let me tell you something, Whitney Houston, if you don't say Whitney Houston,
Are you
you
even a
better call,
singer?
you better call her somewhere.
Yeah,
Birthed
exactly.
everybody. She birthed,
That's
when I
it.
tell you birthed everybody, birthed everybody. And get it, I love her for the technical side of her. Whitney Houston did all her vocal arranging. I learned to do my vocal arranging from her. Because Whitney will go in and say, I'm going to sing it this way. If I sing it this way, that is the vocal arrangement. I learned that from her. So when I write my songs, this is how it goes. Don't nobody look at me and say, well, what if you...
Yeah,
How it comes out is how it is. And you know what? I also have learned to flow with that. I learned not to
yeah,
second
that's
guess
what's up.
myself. However it comes out is however it came out.
Exactly, exactly.
How it
There's
came
really
out.
no rules with this. Like,
No.
yeah,
No, and but you know what? A lot of people feel that there are because they're trying to attract a label. They're trying to
yeah,
attract a label. And listen, I'm not going to say that industry label money isn't a good way to go, but I will say this because I was speaking of a artist today. If you are blessed, I'll say both ways. If you're blessed and a label signs you and they put you out to the world and you, now mind you, you know you pay a hefty price for this. And then
for
you,
labels or what do you mean?
yeah, yeah. So get this. Say you get music and you do everything and you do it right
Mm,
and they pay for shows and things like that. If you are remotely fortunate enough to end a contract with them, become a free agent after they've made you famous, you will still spend the rest of your career working to afford the music they own that made you who you are.
mm,
They never gonna let go of the masters. And those masters are how the world knows you. And a lot of artists don't
wow.
realize that. You have a lot of prominent artists. Prince worked himself like a madman to buy his masters. You spend the rest of your career trying to
And
buy that music back. Taylor Swift. The only reason why the judge ruled that she could make her own version was because her opportunity to buy was taken off the table. And they had to give her at least an opportunity to buy it, and they didn't. That's how she got them. They did not give her an option to buy her music. And they knew she wanted to. But Scooter
wow.
Braun, Scooter Braun and his ass, they slid in there and bought her music. He acquired a company, and her masters were a part of that company. That also is another way to get it. Somebody else buys it, they got you.
Interesting.
So the judge ruled that because her opportunity to purchase her masters was not afforded to her, she could make her own version. So now, if you look on TikTok, if you look on all the things, even on Instagram, if you're using her music in a reel or something like that, you look at the top, it'll say the name, but in parentheses, it'll say Taylor's version.
Of her own song.
Yes. And what
Wow.
she did, listen, not giving her an option to buy her music was a huge mistake. The label fucked up for that. It was wrong, but not doing that literally fucked them up because literally Taylor's fans are so committed to her that all she had to
Yeah.
do was go public and say, I created all the music all over again, buy my version, and the other versions that they have are just sitting. All the fans
Damn.
are only buying and only streaming and only listening to Taylor's version, and she made all that money.
Yeah, I mean, you always hear like these horror stories with the masters and things like that too. But I guess, is it like, are they like taxing super high, crazy, or like what is
Let me
the
tell
whole
you.
big thing with the
Let me tell
masters?
you something.
Like,
Let me tell you something.
because I'm with United Masters, so I got own mine and stuff, but it's like independent. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
Let me tell you something. Think about the music you make.
Right.
And then think about a company signing you and saying, we want to help make you a star. Which means we've been in formation for over 100 years. This is any label now. We've
Right.
been in formation for over 100 years. We know every DJ, every station, every press release, every circuit, MTV, VH1, Vivo, we're connected everywhere. So your stardom happened way quicker with us than it would have ever happened for you.
Right.
You got to pay for that. You got to pay for that. And then you want to leave? You don't like the contract? You don't want to be owned? And a lot of artists feel this way. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be owned. You do want to make the music that you want to make instead of us constantly telling you that's not good enough.
What
And
can
then
I? Right.
you have it, and then get it because there's only one Beyonce. Only
Yeah.
Beyonce could get mad at the label saying we don't want to buy this album from you and drop that shit herself. They ended up buying it from her, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I think they bought it from her.
Yeah.
I think they ended up buying it from her. But I was watching her last night. That girl, that woman's a whole nother conversation. I can't even.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna say yeah.
We
That's
can't. We
even
gonna leave
her
that
own.
alone. We gonna leave that
Yeah.
alone. We can't even talk about her in this same sentence. Like no, no, no. But anyway, back to what we was talking about.
Right.
If a label literally makes you famous, you are never getting away. And get this, you may get away. The contracts end. Contracts have a shelf life. But you're not going to take all the music that they promoted billions of dollars into to take and make you a hit. See, this is the thing. Everybody thinks a hit is just a hit. That's the problem with this business and the problem with all the artists that are trying to sign up today. There is no such thing as a hit. You buy a
Yeah.
hit. You buy a hit. There are literally artists right now that are, and I'm going to say this, and I usually don't say this, but I'm saying this for the scale of our conversation. There are artists that are trash, and they are thriving. Because when you got $1 billion worth of publicity or $1 million worth of let's even go smaller. If you got $100,000 worth of publicity behind a flop, it's gonna flop, but it's gonna be well known. Everybody
It's
gonna know
gonna
that
yes.
stupid ass
Somebody
song.
gonna listen to it.
Listen,
Yeah.
every time they hear it, whether they hate it or not, they gonna hear it.
Yeah. That's
And your
real.
label is not gonna let you walk away with what they made famous. People don't
Mm.
realize that. You're paying for their connections. You're paying for all of their outlets that they're affiliated with. And that sounds great. But most artists don't understand when it's like that, they don't care about you.
Yeah. Just the
Whatever
dollar.
reason, they saw something you did and they figured, we don't have this. We can push that. Just that little. You should see them. Oh, we didn't really like the song. We just like that little piece right there.
Mm. I believe that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah. That's not hard to believe. I can see that for sure.
Let me tell you something. It is my endeavor as I continue to grow with my company to take on artists. But you have to understand what that means. I literally become closer to you than your mother. You won't be able. Let me tell you something. I used to get mad. Oh, I don't want this restriction. I said no because of this restriction. You can't wipe your own ass without them knowing. You think you
Mm.
won't be able to do anything and they got billions of dollars invested in you? So
Mm.
what you're hearing from me is I respect that. I
Yeah.
respect that. I respect a lot of artists that are able to deal with it and still thrive. But for
Right.
most of us, and black folk, we're naturally defiant. Look at what they try to do us in slavery. We will naturally beat your ass and fight you back. Naturally. We
Naturally,
don't
yeah.
play. We're not team players like that. As
That's
soon as
real.
it goes awry, we looking like, nah, now, no, no. We calling our mamas, mama. No. Like
This ain't it, right?
we don't play along well enough to get along.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I can name so many artists where we knew that shit was going on with the label. We knew that it was a problem. Because you can see the defiance all in their face. Black folk can't hide shit.
Can't, yeah, bad as we
No,
want to, as bad as we be wanting to, but yeah, that's so
exactly.
true.
So, and energy reads energy. Your fans know, up, something's up.
Yeah,
But you honestly think a company is going to make you famous and then say, "Oh, thanks for all the work you did. It was great. See you later. Oh, and by the way, take your masters. All the music we paid for to make famous." Never in your life. I know artists today that are on tour that literally are paying the label to perform their own music. See, I'm going too deep. See, as you can hear, I'm 42. There's a reason why I'm saying that. I've been around a long time and I've done a lot of research and study. I've had a lot of mentors that most people would smack themselves to even know that are my mentors, people that have helped me along the years, because being the Queen of Shade put me out there. And when other people saw that and saw my stance on she will not be owned by anyone but me, they slid into
Right.
those DMs and said, "Girl, let me help you about this. Let me tell you about that. Let me tell you about this. Because, oh, I see how you're doing it." My first endeavor, I get this from labels all the time. "Oh, we've been following you for a long time." "Okay, thank you. We like what you did." And then my ass, that's when I start going, "Well, name, what are you talking about?" Because I do a lot of things well.
Yeah.
Another thing that artists don't have, confidence in themselves.
Mm.
At 42, I'm like, "Well, you have to be specific because I do a lot of things well."
Yeah.
Then they're like, "Oh, well, we like that you put your music out and you didn't put it out for people to just listen to. You set the bar," is what they always tell me. "You set the tone. You
That's the
came out
bomb.
charging for your music from the beginning." That's a compliment I get all the time.
Mm.
I don't do pre-listens and here go to my SoundCloud and no. And get it, I
Yeah.
have SoundCloud. It's great. It's a great tool to have when you want to be discovered by underground. It's a great tool to have, but you can't download none of my music. The buy link is there. I, from day one, knew I needed to charge for my music. But I guess you would when you leave a label and you don't really understand how things are going, but then you go it alone and you have to learn how things are going and you realize I have to pay for everything.
I
How
need
am I
some of
going to
that
pay for
back.
everything?
Exactly. Yeah, it is a bill. Making
Yeah, you
music
start,
is a bill.
listen, you start paying close attention because when it happens like that, one thing about me, I haven't been afforded the opportunity to make many mistakes.
Yeah.
And that's not something I'm sad about. But like they tell you, I was black, I was young, and I was gay. I had something to prove. I
Yeah.
couldn't make many mistakes. It needed to be otherworldly.
Mm.
First time. The first time. Literally, it needed to be right the first time. I think I released my first song, Black Stilettos. Okay, the official release was in 2013, but I had already released it previously in 2009. 2009, I released that song. So mind you, I put that song out. It was the second song I had ever recorded, I had
Mm.
ever written. And today, she is still one of my most masterful songs I've ever recorded. So, to the fact that a famous person called me and said, "How would you like to go on tour with us?" And I only had that song out. "That's your song? You wrote that song?" "Yes." "You sang that song?" "Yes." "Every part?" "Yeah." "That's you in the Stratus part?" "Yeah." I'm a countertenor, mezzo soprano." "Yeah." "Oh, how would you like to go on tour with us?" I'm flattered, but no, thank you. With
Mm.
all due respect, why not?
Yeah.
Because I'm not a lunchbox. This is what I said. I didn't prepare the meal inside for you to come along and slap your name on the side of the lunchbox and say you own it.
Ooh.
That person slammed the phone in my ear. They were so insulted. But that was my
Mm.
attitude. My biggest push in my career has been to own me.
Yeah.
If get
I
it,
love that.
if I own a failure, it's my failure.
Yep.
But if I fuck around and own a success, it's my success.
That's so real.
That's a risk. That's a
Yeah.
huge risk. And get
It,
this, being bipolar one, I take more risks than most people do. It's a superpower now. I take my bipolar one. I'll leap off the cliff a couple of times.
I ain't mad at it.
Listen, I've had 20 years of therapy, but that's still the same. I'll leap off a cliff faster than what? Like, like
Listen,
they like,
I'm
hold on, girl, hold on. Like,
that's me
yeah,
too. I'm that friend too. I'm always the one that's my friends think I just do stuff for the plot, but I'm like, no, like y'all just be scary. I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna let y'all know what happens, and I'll be
yeah,
back. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, I will never stop enjoying the telephone calls and the DMs from my high school classmates, from my college mates saying, "Oh my God, look what you do. Oh my God." Like that to me is better than anything I get from the world. Those are people that knew me, sat
Right.
with me every day, heard me
Hmm.
saying and thinking and being. And then they're like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, look what you did with it. Polished it, packaged it." They're like, "Honey, you," my one buddy, he called me, he's a principal. He wrote me, he said, "You are killing it on social media. Where have I been?" They're like, "Where have I been?" Like, "You are really doing your thing and you look amazing." Because this is the thing for I went to a Caucasian high school. Unfortunately, they peak in high school and college. Then they start settling down, getting families. Then comes the dad bod and all that shit. I'm 42
Yep.
years old and I ain't got no cellulite. I can't afford it.
Okay.
I work for myself.
Okay.
I
I know
work for
that's right.
myself. I can't afford those luxuries. I can't afford to
Yeah.
sit down and eat a whole tub of ice cream and be all right with it. Or if
That's
I
so
do,
real.
then I don't eat for 3 days after. I gotta balance it out some way.
That's so true.
You know, like, but that's the thing. Like, I was never afforded the opportunity to slip up. When
Mm.
I made music, and that's something too, because when I wrote my music, I didn't have time to second guess it. I literally had to write it, end it, next song. Because I had to keep
Yeah.
going. I had albums to create. So I didn't have time to be like, "Oh, well, I don't know about this." No, that's one thing. When people ask me how I got to where I got to, I have, it's not inflated, but I'm a Libra. I have a very strong sense of self. I know who the hell I am, even when it looks like I don't. It's like a
Yeah.
spiritual knowing.
Hmm.
Even when the body doesn't know, this knows.
Every time. Yep.
And she works more than this does.
Hmm.
Like spirit and all that, like
You
I didn't
know.
have time. And I found that when I started years ago, when I was singing the way that I was, I had so many producers that wouldn't work with me. "Your voice is too high. You need to do this, you need to do that," but you hadn't heard me write a song yet. You hadn't heard
Right.
what I could do. "Oh, your voice is too high." And then I start to put my music out, and they're like, and every time, "That's you?" "Yes, that's me." So, Mr. Pricey, now it's your turn. Because I've taught
Okay.
and given us this damn lesson on music. I give it to all of you. I give it to all the artists. Because I want you to
I love
understand,
it.
if you're independent, stay independent. It may take
Yeah.
you longer, but when you win huge. And it'll
That's
be all
real.
you. Won't have to cut up the pie with nobody but your producer. Because
Mm.
if you had songwriters, them. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Opposed to a whole boardroom of 12 people. Nah, nah.
Yeah.
So,
Nobody trying to
Mr.
do all that.
Pricey, tell her. Yeah, ain't nobody trying to do that. So, you're a rap artist. How long you been a rap artist?
I've been writing since I was a kid. I was in a rap group called TFC. Like, if adults ask us what it stood for, we would say Too Fresh Click. But like, if people our age, we would say Too Fucking Crucial. Yeah.
I
Oops,
like Too
can I
Fucking.
cuss?
Oh, yes, you can.
Yeah.
I was getting ready
Okay.
to
Yeah.
say I like Too Fucking Crucial. I like that name.
Yeah. But if adults ask, oh, Too Fresh Click. But yeah, that's our real name was Too Fucking Crucial. So yeah, we were in a rap group. It was like 4 or 5 of us. When I went to high school, my dad said I needed to work on just being a football player and don't stop worrying about rapping, stop worrying about trying to be social, stop trying to be cool. He was like, you need to worry about football. So I unfortunately kind of took his advice and started to focus on football. And
Because
I
that's a
kind of got a
scholarship. That's a
I
scholarship to
did
college.
I did get a scholarship. I did get a football scholarship to college. I started focusing on football. I got a little bit away from the music, but from high school and college, where I was at with music, it was like I would write when I was feeling away. So like if I'm sad or really angry, I would just write and just get my feelings out. And then a lot of times it would be more poems than rap. But right after college, you know, they say a lot of times when you start to find yourself, you just get back into what you were into as a kid. So yeah, so right after college, I started back writing raps. So I'm back, but I wasn't recording them. I was just writing raps to different beats that were already out. So that was probably like 2016 to 2018, and it was just for fun. I might record one on my phone and send it to my friends. I didn't have like a real plan on releasing anything or anything I wanted to really do with it. It just was passion and a hobby. So 2020 came, the pandemic, and I'm like, you know what? One of my old teammates that I played college football with had a studio. He posted online. He was saying, trying to get business. So I wrote him. I was like, hey, like, what's up? I want to come to the studio. He's like, ha ha ha. Hope all is well. So I'm like, no, like, I'm dead ass. Like, I want to come to the studio. So yeah, so that was like when I started to like start recording was 2020, and then also my teammate didn't know I was gay either. So I'm in the booth, I'm spitting all this gay shit, yeah, and that's how I came out to him. He was like, yeah, he was like, I kind of felt like you were. He's like, a lot of us on the team thought you might be, but he was like, I don't care. He's like, you still cool, and that's kind of like my coming out story to him. It was like I just got in the booth and I just started spitting shit. But yeah, so this was in Raleigh. I was living in Raleigh from 2010 to 2021. So I was in Raleigh recording 2020, 2021, and at that time it was like at the time it was like I've always wanted to kind of hear like a gay rapper that was coming from like a little bit more like of a masculine standpoint. But I was still talking about gay shit and still objectifying men and still, the same stuff that you hear in rap, but just from a different perspective. I've always wanted to hear that, but I've also have never really been able to find it, or at least not the kind of niche specific music that I would want to hear. Because I feel like, and that's why I started recording it. So I would like go in my car and I would just listen to myself, and I'm just riding, listening to myself. And then in 2021, I made this song called Matilda, and it's out. And that was the first song that I was like, you know what, like, I want to release this. This feels selfish. Like, this feels stingy to keep this to myself. So at the time, though, my confidence wasn't where it is now because I wasn't confident enough to kind of stand behind it, put my face behind it, and like go out and promote it. So I just dropped it. I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna just drop it.
You did
But
what
then
most of us do. You dropped it and ran.
exactly. So it's just like, because it just felt like, I'm like somebody else feels like me. Somebody else is like looking for something like this, and I know that. I still feel that in my spirit. But yeah, the more I kind of kept recording, the more I want to say too. I want to say for me, like my confidence, I think has been heavily tied to like my sexuality. So like in college, when I was in my younger 20s, there's no way that I could have been a gay rapper because I was just way too closeted. I was way too, you know, I was too worried about what people think. There was no way that I was going to be
With
any
good
type
reason.
of,
I want to acknowledge that though, with good reason. A
for
lot
sure.
being a masculine gay, I want to say this, being a feminine gay, I want to put a pin in that right there. People don't understand how hard it is. They don't understand that the masculine gay is a part of the unit, the family unit. Like they don't understand friend unit. Like with
Yeah,
gays, with the feminine gays like myself, people know about us from the beginning. So it's easy for us to have to go it alone. You guys lose everything when you come
that's so true.
lose many. I know many guys, rest in peace, that just couldn't handle it. Couldn't.
Yeah,
You lose everything because you're
that's so
seen as
real.
the man, and then everybody wants to go. You're no longer the man anymore, and that's a problem.
Exactly.
It's a problem.
Exactly. And then the whole, I guess, like feeling like you're gonna drop a bomb on somebody by just saying like, what you are, and then some people think that that it means something else. Like they think that you're about to start changing every single thing about you, when it's like, no, like I'm still me. I'm just more like I'm just letting that I'm not straight. But yeah. So I think for me, like as I've been getting older, I've been getting a lot more obviously confident with my sexuality. So with that, it's like then I'm like, okay, the letting go of what people think translated in every area of my life, not just my sexuality. So it's like, okay, now I'm okay with putting this music out. I'm okay with standing behind it. I'm okay with getting in front of a mic and spitting my gay shit. You know, like instead of like just putting it out there for audio, I can put a visual with it now. You know, so that's been my journey so far. But yeah, it's still my goal. My goal is still to kind of bridge that gap, to kind of still make that because this is how I see myself, and this is how I at least like hope that people see me. But the reason why I started to drop music is because I'm from Atlanta. I'm born in Atlanta, raised in Stone Mountain, so it's like East Atlanta, but not far at all. So it's pretty much if you're from Atlanta, you know everything in 285 is still like Atlanta. Um, so like coming from Atlanta as a just somebody just from Atlanta, you know, I automatically like people like Future, like Moneybag Yo, like we like stuff like that. We like that kind of music. And then, you know, also being like a gay man, I think a lot of us gays can relate to a lot of female rappers because they objectify men. And we can relate to that. We can relate to like dealing with a man. So like in my head, I'm like trying to bridge that gap. You know, like in my head, I'm like you know, because this is how I feel lately. It's like with Future, Moneybag Yo, and rappers like that, and like I can't think of any off the top right now, but like those are my biggest two. And like we can relate. Well, at least for me, like I can relate on some like, oh, like I like this beat, I like the feel, I like the flow, but I'm not having sex with women. You know what I mean? Like I'm not tricking off on women. And then the same thing with like a Megan Thee Stallion or like a City Girl, like or you know Nicki Minaj. It's like I can relate to like you talking your shit about this nigga, but I don't have a cootie cat. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then even the gay rappers that we do have, and I would love and respect all the rappers that we do have. I feel like Lil Nas X is great. I'm so glad that we have him, but still, even in that little niche area, and I love that we have like somebody like Santana as well, and I like his music too. But I also like I don't have a Chanel bag, you know, like, and I just feel like it's a whole nother lane as well. So I'm like I don't hear what I'm looking for, so I have to just create it. I have to be the change that I want to, you know, see. So that's kind of like my goal, and that's what I hope that like people put together when they hear my stuff. Like, you know, like, okay, he's talking his shit. You know, he's talking his shit right here, but you know, it's just from a different perspective. So yeah,
You want to know what Spirit is telling me to tell you?
what's that?
Fill the void.
Fill the void. Yes.
But get this. Take it literally. Fill the void.
Mm,
Do you get it? That's a sexual
mm,
connotation. Fill the void.
mm.
Metaphorically and literally, figuratively. What I love about what you're saying is we share something in common. Like mainstream entertainment does not glorify gay anything. So,
Right.
like, get this. They wanted me to wear tuxedos and sing lower.
Ah, see.
That was literally the critique. But get this. When you hear my music, you're going to be like, how the fuck could he sing in a tuxedo sounding like that? Like it didn't make any sense. And now that you hear a more evolved version, you're going to be like, ain't no way. He did what he was,
Yeah.
you know, you said a lot there that really got to me because I like really touched me. I have a huge Atlanta presence. Like I have a huge people love me there. My fan base is huge. I actually recorded my debut album in Atlanta in 2018.
Nice.
In 2018. Yeah, so I was there. I didn't like it.
You didn't like
I didn't
Atlanta?
like it. No, you want to know why?
Why?
Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you because
Yeah.
I always tell you the truth. I don't do well in all black settings. Speaking like this, acting like
Mm.
this, being this educated, being this free, being this open. I find that even the girls are intimidated by me. I'm a queen.
Interesting.
I had to literally create. I had to fill the void. I had to create what I needed to be. I had to create my own lane. My genre
Yeah.
of music didn't even exist before I did.
See,
I had to
yeah,
create an
exactly.
entire genre of music. But the thing was, even the gays, I keep trying to get artists to understand we don't win when you go to a main label and you do the singing of the she. We don't win.
Right.
They know that the label won't sign them if they don't come out singing the girl and the she. Like they won't
Hmm.
sign them. They won't do it. I'm like you said, I'm very thankful for all of the gay rappers on all sides because I know some masculine presenting ones as well. King David is one that comes to my mind.
I do like Ken David as
Yeah,
well.
his music is
Yeah,
fire. Like I
I like
like
him.
him because but there's more to it. Like there's more to his music. He's
Hmm.
aware of the stigmas. He's aware of the stereotypes. So with him, he's hitting your brain. Like he's always knocking your brain back and forth. It's always,
Yeah,
metaphors and innuendos and double entendres. And, he's
yeah.
very good at that. And then to drop that voice low, we love it. And that's the
Hmm.
thing. Like I feel like there is a market for that. And let me just tell you this. It's not even about a market for that. There is room in the community. Okay? And let's say this. Just like women, just like women, I have to say
Hmm.
it, just like women, feminine gays. Yeah, we went through all the shit, but we get the attention. We're the ones that they're like, oh, all right, we know what it is. Let
Yeah,
a man come out and be like, I'm a rapper. Are you gay? But you get like the inquisitions, and not just being rap, being masculine in any regard. It's like, well, who's the man? We're both. We're both men.
that's
And
Lou.
this is the
Yeah,
thing. And this is the thing. You're not just getting that from the straight world. You're getting that from us.
yeah.
The
I was just having
gay.
this conversation with somebody. Yeah, I was just telling my niece
And
actually
you
this
like, girl,
morning.
how you gonna be on my team? They shooting you and you gonna shoot me. Make it
And it's
make
like y'all
sense.
don't see exactly,
But you want
but
all the
yeah,
space for yourself to explore and to do this. And get it. They can clearly see today that there are two representations here. But we're having a conversation. And it's
yeah,
going well because
yeah,
and that's another thing. And that's one thing about, I will say, you're not intimidated by this. I'm not
right,
intimidated by you. See, we're two very secure people because get this, outside of the artistry, you got to face the world every day, and so the hell do I. However,
exactly.
I show up. And I do not go
Yeah.
out like this because if you want to see this, you have to pay her top dollar. This is the
Hey,
ensemble. This is the show. This is the
hey.
main event. I don't go out like this. No, you don't. You have to pay to see this. And God
I
forbid,
love
don't
that.
ask her to sing nothing. I tell
Okay.
people quick, I don't think you have the budget for that. Because I'm
Let's see the wire.
self-made. I'm self-made.
I love
You're
that
not
energy.
following the
Yeah,
industry's little rate on this is what I get paid for. No. But there is room, and I'm so glad that you're sitting here with me because there is room for this. I get a lot of flack because people are afraid to challenge me. They are. They're afraid to challenge me because my star is big online. I get paid to think. And what I say makes sense and is practical and helps you to see the perspectives. Not just my perspective, but so many. But I get a lot of
right.
flack online because I, on my page, I champion for the masculine presenting gay man. And get it.
And we appreciate you.
Thank you. And get this. Every guy on my page isn't gay, but that's the point. Masculine presenting. You don't know who's gay. You don't know who's straight, which is really how it should be in the first place.
Exactly.
I was one of those people when I was younger coming up in the industry and I was being hit with the you need to change and you need to do this. And I couldn't, it would have meant changing everything about myself. And get it, I couldn't change that much. It was me.
Yeah.
How you gonna
And
tell
a
me
lot
to
of times,
this voice?
right. A lot of times, what they want you to change into, we already got.
Yeah.
Like we need the new stuff. We got that.
Well, get
Like
this
we.
but get this I'm a businessman myself. Stick to what sells. That's what they will say. But
That's
get this,
yeah.
I myself can look at you and say, do what you're doing because I was the exception to the rule. I was
Hello. It's
you surprised us. Didn't see
exactly
that.
because you don't know what you don't know. You know, like
Do you
you
know
don't
how
know what you
hard you
don't
gotta
know.
go though? Do you know how hard you gotta go to be that? Oh, we were wrong. Okay. You know,
I
to
believe
get
that. Yeah.
that, you gotta go hard. You gotta
Yeah.
listen. With my music, I kick ass. And with this one, I kick ass to with everything I do. Like I said, I haven't been afforded many opportunities to fail. I haven't.
Mm.
Most of the things in my life that I've spent 20 years in therapy about are what other people did to me, not what I did to myself.
Mm.
Processing. Most of the 20 years in therapy, I've been processing what other people did to me, not what I
Yeah,
did to myself. That's been
that's
the
some
whole
real
time.
shit.
Yeah, that's been the whole time. I couldn't change this. Get this. I went to France, had to come
Hmm.
back prematurely. Why? Because I was too afraid of my family's thoughts and me putting on a wig. Fucked my whole career. I'd still be there now.
Yeah,
Fuck the
I get
whole
that.
because my grandma's a praying woman now and mind you and literally and what I love about it when they're really invested in you they will talk to you like you need to be talked to. They said so let me get this the fuck straight. You
Mm.
you came all the way across the
All the way.
Atlantic Ocean to France where we want you and you can't take this step because you care about what they think about back there.
Man, isn't it crazy?
Get this.
Isn't that so wild?
Get this. It was about, I was scared. My
Yeah.
sister, one of my sisters, I don't talk to my siblings. I got four siblings.
Mm.
This has separated me for years. It's been years. But I had one of my siblings already put out there that I was going to France to get a sex change. So I
That,
was already like, oh my God, I can't do that. They expect me to do that. It's the
yeah.
weirdest thing. And get it. And my thing is, if I was transgendered, if I did feel like I had body dysmorphia
Right.
and was in the wrong body, I should have been able to make that choice. For me,
Right.
I don't have
Hmm.
that. You know, for me, I'm both. I'm two spirited, so I'm cool because I can put her on,
Yeah.
take her off, and be me. And even when you
Mm.
see me out of this, you will talk to me, and then you'll be able to. Oh, there she is. Oh, there she is. You'll be listening. Where's the queen? And where's the queen start? And where's he end? Up there, you'll spend the conversation doing that because you're like, okay,
Okay.
but we are two different people. But I was so. They said you. They told me you need to do the women's shows. You're 5'11". You're skinny as hell. You have the face. You're pretty. That you should be doing the women's shows. You came here to do fashion. This is where you belong. And you're gonna tell us no. And I said no. Had a nervous breakdown. Came home after I spent 2 months in their hospital
Damn.
only to have spent, it was 2005 when I went. I was
Hmm.
there for 6 months. 2025 will be 20 years.
Damn. That,
Get this though. I spent 20 years getting this shit right. Cause a bitch know
period.
where she belongs. I'm
Yeah.
going
At the end of the day,
I'm going
right.
to move there. I found my place.
I
My
love
place,
that.
my place for my identity, my place among artists, my place among wealth.
Mm.
I don't belong nowhere over here. I hardly go out. People say, Queen, why you don't ever come to this? You don't ever come to the prides. You don't, baby, because ain't no money here
Mm.
for me.
Come
Ain't
on
no
now.
money here for me. Ain't
Come
no
on
money.
now.
Like, get this. I tell people all the time, my viewers didn't pay for this. I pay for this. My viewers didn't pay for that. I pay for that. My viewers didn't pay for all of this. I pay for this with a budget that I have for my company. Now,
Let's say
yes,
that.
I did get help. My grandmother gave me her retirement, 6 figures. She believed in me. I was blessed. But I still had to work and create this. She gave me the money. I had to build this. It had to be worthy of her money.
Hello.
That took a long
That's
time.
real. Shout out to Granny too. But
Yeah,
yeah,
my
that's
grandmother,
but like you said though.
she literally, but I went all the way around to come back to this. Fill the void. Be there. Listen, even me as a feminine gay, I didn't have, this wasn't a place. There was no place for me. So I can proudly tell you, you keep carving out that lane. You keep
Yeah.
carving out that lane. And you know what's going to happen? Like me, I've inspired so many babies. They might never say it, but honey, I know. I listen to them and I hear it. I'm like, oh, okay.
And
I didn't get a
yeah.
check for that, but all right.
Listen, yeah. and that's gonna come with it, you know. So, and I listen, if I can inspire one, I mean that ain't good enough, but that's still good though, you know.
But
Like
get
that's
this,
still,
it is good enough. Let me tell
yeah.
let me tell you who you need to inspire the most, and you know the answer to this already.
Come on,
The number one person that you need to inspire is you.
that's facts.
I can be dead honest with you. When I started the Queen of Shade, I had some things going on in my life. I was angry. That's where she came from. She first
Mm,
started as I was calling her the wrath of a goddess. I was mad and I was letting everybody have it online. But I started to inspire me.
mm,
I, and I'm going to just be honest. I, right now, I have over 1 million views on my Instagram. I've had 1 million views every month for 10 years straight,
mm,
but I get one or two likes. I don't care.
yeah,
The views are in the millions.
yeah.
I gotta be me.
You got to. That's
Gotta,
so real.
I gotta do me. They, even sitting here now, your supporters who don't even know you yet are going to watch this and they're going to say, he inspired me. Listen to what he said. He went and he did. And I find that even the masculine gaze, gay period, we are made to walk a tightrope by people. We are told we are not good enough, and then we don't get paid enough.
Yeah.
We don't get booked enough. We don't get FaceTime enough. So when I decided to walk away, I said, I got to fix all of that. And I did. I fixed it all. I'm shadow banned right now, and I'm still getting 1 million views a month.
Mm.
And I'm shadow banned for sharing the guys. Oh, well, the men you share on your page are not always dressed. Well, what about all these other Caucasians running around that y'all are not policing? I'm gonna keep showing these boys shadow banned or not. Because as the algorithm shows you, I don't need your algorithm anymore.
Hey, come on now.
I've been doing this for 12 years.
Right.
I'm so far into your algorithm that even if you take my page, they know my name and my content is on spam pages. They gonna see me.
Mm. You're
They
right.
gonna see me. I will quickly come back, the Queen of Shade 2.0. But still, I am a
Yeah.
part of the conversation. That's what I sought to be. And that was hard to do.
Mm.
That was hard to do. My music is streaming in 56 countries. My last album, not my last album because I released one after that. I don't give people warnings. I just drop surprise. It's
Hey, I know that's
surprise.
right.
So I did a re-relaunch of my music. I pulled it all down because I was mad about something, and then I put it all back up. I was mad about the prices, the little pennies that they pay us for streaming, but they turn around and charge their parishioners $19.99 to be a part of the site every month. But then y'all want to pay us a third of a penny. It's a third of a penny per stream right now. That's the standard. And you have lobbyists lobbying for 1 cent. Just 1 cent will change the economic value and wealth of artists if they just get a penny.
First name, right?
That ain't even right. That ain't right. But
It's not.
my first album, I took it down, took the deluxe with 50 songs down, broke it all up, recurated it, and I put that album out. I think a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe 2 years now, almost a year, almost 2 years. I literally didn't even realize it. I put it up there. Surprise! You've heard this music before, but now it's got a new face. Ha ha ha. And moved on. 5 million
Mm.
streams. 5 million streams.
Right in the
Mostly,
world.
mostly in Europe. Hmm. Hmm. So
Mm.
I said all that to say this. When you're creating your art and when you're curating and creating your life, the only person you need to inspire is you. I tell
That's
that
so real.
I tell that to my nephew a lot. I have a 23-year-old nephew. He's been with me since he was 15. A lot of trauma in his past, but he's all right. I've been working on him and so are the therapists. But
Love that.
I tell him all the time, you don't ask your viewers and your following what they want to see. You show them.
Yeah.
whatever you want to show them.
Yeah,
I never
that's so
ask
real.
people, what do you want to see?
Me
I
either.
turned on my camera and went viral. I
I
was
wonder.
being
Yeah,
me. I was being me.
as
That
you
same
should.
me, that same me that all these experts said put on a tuxedo and sing lower. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do me. My music
Hmm.
does very well. Now, the money isn't right. I can just tell you that. The money isn't right.
Yeah.
5 million streams, I made $800. That's a sacrilege. That's a
Shoot.
sacrilege. That's not enough money. That's not
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
it.
nearly enough money. Five, get this.
Million
I get
streams.
let me tell you something. 5 million streams, $864.
That's insane.
Let me tell you something. I get less views on my YouTube, and they pay me more.
Then that. Yeah.
They pay me more. And the music I created from scratch.
Mm.
Oh, but we
Yeah. Then
could talk about
I was
that.
gonna say, yeah, that's just a whole nother thing. Yeah.
But get this. I will say this as an artist, the reason why and the way that we win is that we educate ourselves. So I picked up this book years ago. It was All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald S. Passman. He teaches you about everything, percentages,
Okay.
everything. All you need to know
Yeah.
about the music business. He has had several installments of that book come out because streaming came on, and I had it when streaming wasn't out. So then he said, oh, now we've
Okay.
got streaming. This is how you navigate that. He started to, for new things, he started to introduce new chapters. But let me tell you something. I had to know that I was a bad bitch from the beginning. And I knew that even walking away. I didn't know where I was going to get the money from, none of that. I didn't know none of that. But I knew what I was, and I had to have that confidence. And I had that confidence so much that the man that wrote that book is the reason why I have the lawyer I have today. I talked to him
Mm.
personally. Most people are reading his book. I've had several
Yeah.
conversations with him. He looked at what I was doing, told me I was on the right path and I was going in the right direction, and said, by the way, if you need legal counsel, here's a short list of 5 lawyers to look up.
Mm.
Did that. My lawyer, I've had my lawyer, the one lawyer I'm with now, I've had him. Shout out to you, Marcus. I've had Marcus since 2018. And the only reason why I got Marcus in 2018 was because a certain known reality TV star tried to steal my Queen of Shade trademark.
Mm.
And I was going to sue her. But what
Mm.
happens is I had to issue her a cease and desist letter. And she quickly changed the name of her tour from the Queen of Shade to Shit Talkers. I've
I
also
know
had
that's right.
Marvel Comics. I've also had Marvel Comics try to steal my likeness. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, baby. The list go. Baby. But see, I'm saying this to you, and I was led to bring that up because these are the things that you don't know that you're worthy of until the shit starts happening. But when it happens, you need to have made sure you protected yourself. Some people go, well, I'm not going to do that because I'm never going to need that. If I had did that, if I had not prepared for a rainy day, basically, and
Yeah.
said, from day one, no, this is the shit. It's gonna be the shit from the day one forever. I don't care how long it take them to find out, but when they find out, this gonna be the shit and it's gonna stink for years. I had to know that. If I
Mm.
hadn't have moved that way, somebody else would have my trademark.
Come on. Mm.
Yeah, I'm the trademark Queen of Shade. There is no other. We hail a certain singer, a well-known singer. We hail her the Queen of Shade. She don't own it, and she better not ever come out of her mouth and say it, because the moment she does that, she owes me money. So she better
Yeah.
let the tabloids keep on hailing her that and never answering to it.
I know that's right.
And I love her, but she better. This is business.
Yeah.
This is
It is
business.
what it is. Right.
My lawyer told me. He said, I wish you would be quicker. He said, I wish you would be less quick to the draw. My lawyer told me that. Because I'm on it. This is my business. It's my passion. It's my baby. So I'm on
Yeah.
everything. I'm watching everything. When I see it, I'm like, up, up, up. I'm calling him. He said, why couldn't you call me after they did it and went public? Then we could just knock on the door and collect a check. But I
Mm.
told him, I don't want to make my money by being a suit queen.
Yeah. You on it. You on top of your shit
Yeah.
before it even get there.
I don't want to make my money being a sue queen. I don't have to sue you for my money. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
But he told me. He said, you didn't get your millions this time, but your millions are coming. He told me that. That's why he's still my lawyer. He said, I believe in you. I can see exactly where you're going.
Mm,
Hmm.
I love that.
Yeah, you got to get people on your team that believe in you. If someone on
For
your team
sure.
even says one notion of doubt, they are no longer good enough for your team.
Yeah, I believe that.
You have to put them out because that's the thing. And rappers they experience this a lot because everybody's like, oh, you sound like this, or oh, you sound like that, or oh, you sound like that. I told you the flow. So it's so hard to establish yourself because then it's like, oh, well, you sound like this person. Oh, you sound like that person. Oh, you have traces of this person. So let me ask you, how did you find your flow? Like, how was that for you? And create it to a place where it doesn't sound like anything we've heard before.
I think I take bits and pieces of different people, and I think maybe that's because I think if you listen, you can do that, but I think for me, I am kind of ADD, so I feel like my rap be kind of ADD. It's like a little bit of here, a little there, a little here, a little there, because that's me as a person. So, but I do kind of take a little bit from a lot of different artists, and then put my own spin on it. I think a part of the reason why it doesn't sound like you can. It's not like nail on the head with anybody. Is because of what I'm talking about. In the first place. I feel like there's not a lot of that anyway, where when you hear just a guy, you know, come on and just talking about, sucking dick or whatever. But yeah, I'm definitely influenced by, different rappers. I would say like Gucci Man and Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Drake, Ludacris, Lil Uzi, Andre 3000. Like this is people that I grew up on, people that I like listen to carefully and like study. So I'm like studying the bars, the cadence, and the things that they're talking about, the double entendres, the play on words. I love wordplay. Like I love wordplay. Like that's always been a thing for me. I love witty rappers that can spit on like fun beats, like Chance the Rapper. Love people like that too. So yeah, I take a little bit from a lot of different people, and even if it's just one little thing, it's like I'm gonna put a little remix on that and put that in mine. But I think that's probably why where my kind of things come from.
You know that's allowed. We all do that.
Oh
Some,
yeah, for sure.
but the point is to already have an established brand flowing, so that
Yeah,
when you see what you want to add, it's not a whole reboot. You just stick it in there,
yeah,
because you've
exactly.
already got momentum. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna have to listen to your music after this because
Yes.
I heard one. I'm like, all right, let me listen to this with the lights down low. No, but
Yes.
like it's amazing, and I see. Listen, first of all, music is just not easy for anyone.
It's
It's not
not.
easy for anyone. But you're a smart cookie because you went to college. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna ask you this. Hold on, now I'm gonna put you on the spot. Everybody gonna know if you smart.
Okay.
Everybody gonna know. Everybody gonna know if you smart or not. Please,
Oh,
please tell me your stage name is trademarked. Is it trademarked?
it is. It's trademark.
$2,000. All right. So everybody heard
It's
it.
tra-
He paid his
it's
two thousand
trademark.
dollars. He paid his two
It is
thousand. Everybody hear
trademark.
that? He paid his two
Yes,
thousand dollars. Don't try him.
it
Yeah,
is.
that's my number one way. That's my I even social media influencers because I have a mentoring business, so I mentor anybody, everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
they pay for the service, and like I'll get a lot of entertainers, and they're like, I want to be serious about this, or can you help me with this and this is that and the other, and I'm like, yeah, I can help you. And usually that first conversation they get a laundry list of homework to do. I didn't have to do anything. I listened to what they said and said, oh, well, you didn't do this step, you didn't do this step, you didn't do that step, you didn't do this step. It's like the number one thing is I remember I was telling my friend, I said, first of all, you already shooting yourself in the foot if you are on social media making a handle famous and you don't have it trademarked.
Mm.
You already doing yourself a huge disservice.
Yeah.
You're making a name famous,
Right.
having viral moments, and you don't own the name.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people tell me as a way to negate that, oh, well, I'm just doing this for fun. Tell that to Instagram because they making a lot of money off of you,
Exactly. Yeah. Fun. Where's the coins at? Because that's fun.
right? See,
Mm.
I like that you said that. Yeah, yeah. And making money now that's fun.
Yeah. Show me
That's
the
fun.
money. Right.
Yeah. Being able
for
to wake
sure.
up without an alarm clock just because the sun peeked through the window and go, where do I have to be today? Oh, nowhere.
Yeah,
That's been my life for the last 10 years.
exactly.
Literally. No,
Waking.
where do I have to be? Oh, nowhere that I don't want to be. Oh,
Mm,
fancy that.
a blessing. Yes.
Yeah, but we work to. I'm 42 though. I should be at that point now. And
I
it,
mean, but a lot of people aren't though. 42,
yeah.
52, 62. A lot of them are still not there. So it's still a blessing for sure.
Well, you know what it is. I find that my people, and I mean my people, we
Hmm.
often approach things in life with with a consumer mentality and such instead of an entrepreneurial one, and that's usually what does it. We're the instead of being the seller, we're the customer, and you can't be that way.
Yeah.
Because and they think, oh well, I've heard people say that to me all the time, people that I've counseled. Oh well, I don't know nothing about the business side, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Because the artistry is business. What do you
Right
mean?
there. Yeah.
It won't sit down and do the business side. And it's like, baby, the artistry is business. Didn't you copyright the lyrics? Copyright the beat?
Yeah.
Like what? You recorded it. You spent all this money. You recorded it in a studio. You did all of that, and then you came to SoundCloud to drop it for free after you spent all that money to make it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. So my attitude with people is, oh, they're like, oh, your music's amazing. Yeah, one day it'll pay me.
Yeah.
One day it'll pay me. All I have to do, like I've been telling people, oh, well, you're not in a rush, Queen. No, because all I have to do is hold on to everything I own.
Yes.
All I
Ooh.
have to do is hold on to it and keep doing this, which keeps my presence in the world. Keep
Yep.
doing this. I used to like, I honestly, when I look at it, I am a very uncanny person because from the beginning, I said, oh, I don't make videos for today. I make them for tomorrow. Tomorrow, they're going to go back and look at everything I ever did. I
Yeah.
had
I,
that mentality from the beginning. So you know,
that's kind of in
artist.
mine too.
Yeah. Oh well, good. Okay,
Yeah.
another one, because that
Yeah.
it's not something you hear every day. Oh, I'm
Yes.
making this for tomorrow. Now I don't care about the likes and views today. No, it's gonna pay me tomorrow.
Hmm.
My Instagram is not monetized. None of my social media is. It's not monetized because I read that stupid ass contract they were trying to give us that said they wanted original reels so that they could own them. If they paid me money for it, they wanted the rights to buy them. I said, oh no, 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 no. I got plans for
Mm.
my own. I got plans. Please. And people, oh, well, she not making no money. Baby, she who laughs last laughs best. See, I tell people all the time, I did the trial with you here online. You guys were the
Right.
guinea pigs. Now watch me flip this into books and all kinds of other things for them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you know how many books? I had to extend my trademark because you know this. Every class that you want to
It's
move into, you
another.
have to pay.
Yeah.
So I had to extend it for literary work. I just did that. I just got the clearance for that. So now I can write the books that everybody's been asking me to write.
See?
I can write them now
Come
because
on
now
now.
I can be like the Queen of Shade and use the trademark to write the book. Everybody, I don't know why she don't come out with books or why she don't come out with that. Baby, because it costs money and I couldn't afford it then. I can afford it now.
Simple. Right.
Yeah. Thank you for that $864. It helped.
Even though, yeah, you still owe me a lot more.
Yeah, y'all owe me a lot more.
Yeah.
But you know what's so funny? What America doesn't pay me, Europe will.
That's real.
Yeah, I know that. I got connections there. What America never paid me, Europe will. And
Mm.
Europe will pay me to never leave. And I won't leave. I'm not an American by heart. I'm a Parisian by heart.
Yeah.
Europe is where I belong.
And
Europe
that's
is where I belong.
fair.
I
I
have
get that.
I like my city and I like New York. I would never give up complete citizenship because I want to when I'm real old. Now listen to me, I'm 42 already. When I'm like 62, I want to be able to come back and walk the streets of New York and regale about how long it took me and that I have a
Hmm.
castle in France and all these things and be like, you used to walk these streets poor and penniless, child. Couldn't afford
Now look
nothing.
at
Used
me.
to used to go to them castings, slipping and sliding around in the middle of January. All I could afford was a caramel macchiato from Starbucks. or sometimes or a
Mm.
caramel apple cider. That's what it was. It was a caramel apple cider. So I used to ask them, well, what do you do to it? They say we pour apple cider in a cup and heat it up and pour some caramel in it. That's all they did. But that was all I could afford, and it would take me through the whole
Yeah.
day of castings just to be
Damn.
told no.
On top of that.
Mhm. To come
Yep.
home and go back to my normal job. I haven't worked for anyone else in 18 years.
I love that. I can't wait till that's my story. Like this is my
But,
first year.
but get it. This is your first year, and that's why we're having this
Mm.
conversation. Stick to your guns. And let me tell you something. First year, it ain't gonna pay you much. Second year, it ain't gonna pay you much. Year 5, you gonna be looking like, But listen, you got to understand how the entrepreneurs make money. See, this is the thing. Entrepreneurs, we take risk. People
Yeah.
that are consumers, they go to a job, they get paid on a linear timeline. I come here every day at this time, I get that check in 2 weeks. With us, when you got it, you got it. When you don't have it, you don't have it. It fluctuates with us until we
Right.
really get to that point where the world finds out about us and then they give us that money cushion. That's what's next for
Yeah.
that money cushion. But I put in the work. It's coming. It's coming. I'm not in a rush. It's coming. It's what's next. The money cushion. And once the money cushion comes, people won't even realize it. I look like $1 million now. People won't even realize. All they'll know is, oh, she got new wigs. Oh, she got a new crown. Oh, she got some new clothes.
Mhm.
That's it. And get it. To do her job. They're going to be like,
To
what the
do
hell
her
did she
job.
buy for herself? Oh, y'all can't see that.
Yeah. Don't worry
I
about
bought a
that.
castle. I've been looking at castles in the countryside of France for
You gonna get your castle. I love that.
9 years. Some of
Yeah.
them they start. Some of them are 2 million. They go up to 14 million. You gotta
Mm.
really know what you want. See,
Yeah.
I knew when I started what I wanted, which is why I could work the way that I did.
Because you knew what it was gonna
It
take.
motivated me. I knew what I
Yeah.
wanted. And I tell people, know what you want. Don't get into this. People say, well, I got into music. Well, why'd you get into music? Oh, I want to be heard. That's not enough. And then they look at me
No.
like, what do you mean? That's not enough. How you gonna pay your
Right.
bills? You gonna be able to eat? You wanna live in your mama's basement forever?
Right.
You wanna have to go back to that day job
Hell no.
till you retire? Get your 401k? That if another pandemic happens, wipes that out?
Come on now. You
You
preaching
gotta take
today.
Yeah, you gotta take the risk. You
Yeah.
gotta take the risk. If you don't take the risk, no reward.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. Yeah. I'm glad that I do. Like I think have that like naturally, kind of like not, being scared. Even before like my coming out, like sexuality, there were still other ways. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take this risk. I'm gonna do that. I'm glad that's like a part of who I am too. But because it's so real, so important. Like you never take a risk, then it's like, what are you even doing? People are so scared to take a L.
Yeah.
It's like now you didn't spend your whole life not doing anything except for talking about other people who were taking risks.
Do you know that in your business you want to fail? Because when you
Yeah,
fail, you start to learn.
exactly,
You start to learn. See,
exactly.
I said to you when I first started, I wasn't afforded many opportunities to make a mistake. But when I did make mistakes, because I had so much going on, I was able to learn the lesson and keep the momentum. That's hard to do. I was able to, because I already had so much going on. So it was like I made the L and I'm like, damn, I should have never did that. Da 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 da. And do you know what most of my L's have been?
What's that?
Giving people money who wouldn't
Mm,
give me money. People asking me for money, knowing me online and thinking that they know me and asking me for money, and I give them the money and then they show their ass or don't pay me back.
mm,
That's been my L's. I stopped that. I stopped
yeah,
that. That's what it was. Everybody looked at me and said, she knows where she's going. And they started asking me for things, even my family, which is why I cut them all off. Because this
yeah,
shit costs. I'm serious.
yeah,
This shit costs to do this. The
yeah.
lights, the Wi-Fi, the MacBook, all of the shit, the room, the electricity, the heat, the cat running around here somewhere. You know, like it. It all costs. And I had to realize that. My lawyer said, "Do you want to make money, or do you want to fucking just get exposure?" And I said, "No, Marcus, I want to make money." He said, "Then
Yeah.
you're gonna have to pull your arms back because you're overextended."
Mm.
That's a business term. He told
Yeah.
me, "Queen, you're overextended. You need to recoil. Keep that shit close to the vest. Do what you can do. Let them do
Right.
the rest. Cause when they have it, they don't come back to me." Let me tell you something. I got a baby. We all know him. His name is James Patrick. James, we know him as T2T Results on Instagram. He does a lot of he's a fitness. He's a fitness guru. He owns a company where he helps queer people stay in shape and get in shape. But he also gives like gay. He's another one, masculine presenting. So everybody loves
Okay.
his
I
comment
don't know who
because
you're
it's
talking
like,
about.
yeah, because everybody loves his comments because it's like to hear a masculine man talking the way he do, the way that
Yeah.
he does. It's so uncanny, and there's a market for it. I was in my
Mm.
bed. I was listening to this. I was in my bed the other morning, and I got to get back to him because he actually said I'm free this week. So let's have our. He's been back to my show 3 times. So he was like, so I'm laying in my bed. I literally woke up to a text message, and he said, "Queen." I said, "What?" He said, "Somebody signed up for my service through you. They said they saw me on your platform." And you know what he said next?
What?
Where can I send you money?
I love that.
I
I
literally,
love that. He's
uh,
real for that.
I listen.
So
I
real
sent
for
him my
that.
cash app. He sent me a couple $100s,
That's so real of him. I love that.
and I said to him, I said thank you. And you know what he said to me? I would
What?
want somebody to do that for me.
Exactly. As we all should. Yeah. Mm.
It's moments like that that keep me going. I don't have moments where I go, this is not working. It's a slow build. But this is the thing. Because of what I've built,
Mm.
that's what keeps me going. In an instant, I woke up to several $100s. So imagine the whole world having another viral moment from me. Because, see, when I had my first viral moment, I wasn't ready. I'll admit that. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Nothing was
Mm.
trademarked, nothing. They better not slip up and give me a viral moment now.
Mm.
Link is in the bio. You can see everything. I bet. And that's exactly what I know. I'm working like, just waiting for another exposure. Because exposure isn't cheap. So I have to keep working because I don't know which video it's going to be. And then it'll come. And I got all merchandise. I got everything. Podcast,
Good.
everything. Just waiting to be bought.
Yeah. Perfect.
Look how quick that goes, though. I took that risk. Oh, well, you don't make that money every day. I don't need to. I don't need to. I just need to do this thing right the first time, one good time.
Yeah.
And he's not the only
Mm.
one. I've woken up to many people saying, Queen, I just was thinking about you. Here's $500.
Mm.
I get that a lot, actually. And I'm
I
like,
love
and
that.
these are from like actors and people we know. They're just
Yeah.
like, oh, I was thinking about you. Here's $500. I know it's hard to do it alone. Here's the money. And I'm like, and I mean, every time I'm like, thank you so much because it's so much, it's so expensive.
Yeah. That's real.
It's
Nothing is cheap, honestly,
expensive.
nowadays.
What?
Like, living is expensive to be
Tell
alive.
you something. Let me tell you something. I turned around during a pandemic, and one of my companies had to be disillusioned. I didn't
Mm.
know what I was going to do. And I had a few clients that were booked as my mentees. So they were paying through the mentor service. And I'm not cheap. I'm $250 an hour. Do
Mm.
you know I had my best friend, he's my best friend. He better be after that. He called me. Shout out to you, Vic. We love you. Thank you for the wig, Vic. Thank you for the wig. I always do that to him. He laughs. He finds it. He's so tickled. He called me every day during the pandemic. Now,
Mm.
mind you, I'm $250.
Right.
And this is a working man. Now, of course, as he started to call me more often, I gave him a discounted rate, but he still paid that rate every day. every day. Do you know because of that, I was literally able to start a new LLC and keep it moving. Nobody even knew. I had to be the one to tell you, oh my, during the pandemic, my LLC went out of business. They're like, what? Why you ain't announce it? Because I got a new one.
Right there, just like that. Yeah. Mm.
I guess what I'm trying to illustrate to you is, you said it's your first year. It's gonna be tough. They tell you from
Yeah.
any venture, the first 5 years are tough. And you have chosen a career that is very saturated. Me too. But you have to believe, like I believe, like my friends who are famous producers tell me, when you have something special to offer, you stick to it. You stick to it. And you keep doing things like this. Anytime you can get your face out there on anything, you do it. You do it. Because that's when you use it against them. Oh, well, all I can offer you is exposure. Take it.
Yeah.
You done did you trademarks, music recorded, everything. Oh, you gonna give me exposure? Drop this handle. Follow me on this, and then write my pin post would be link in the bio. Link in the
Yeah.
bio. It's gonna pay you.
For
Everything
sure.
what we do doesn't pay us up front. It pays us at last.
Mm.
That's what we do. We don't get it at once. We get it at last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as we get it, though,
Yeah,
shit.
and it's coming for you. I'm very excited. This is year one for
Yeah.
you. You should be
For
gung
sure.
ho, and you're in
Yeah.
Atlanta. Please, you should.
Yeah.
How many
I
have you
am.
done any? Have you done any performances yet?
Only two, but it's and they also have been like more because I still kind of do like the poem stuff sometimes. So, but I do need to get out and actually get up here and like really rap, and really put myself out here more. I was like more so focused on like my EP first, but I need to go ahead and get the practice, the experience too.
Well, get this. If music is going to be your main business, you need to let us know. You
That's
need to
real.
know. Or if we don't know, we can't support.
That's true.
We
Yeah.
can't. Do you know? I'm gonna tell you something, and then I'll end it because we don't talk. But this was the point. It was a conversation. It was
Yeah, for
a
sure.
conversation that I told you it was gonna be a conversation. But get
Yeah.
this. I told you one of my biggest influences was Barbara Streisand, right?
Mhm.
I learned from Barbara to be inaccessible.
Yeah.
It drives the price up.
Mm.
If you can't see me, if you can't get me, if you can't talk to me, if you don't have readily access, if I'm not at the same place every week for you to come out and do, the price goes up.
Yeah.
And I know that. So I wrote it into my business model. One thing, anonymity. They always see me online. They don't see me. Get it? People do it when they come across me. I can be out of this. I'll literally be out of my cross-dressing attire. And I will be bald head, hat backwards, sweatpants. Literally. And they fan out because they're like, oh my God, I saw you. Because you don't see me.
Mm.
You got to think about, and I'm a Libra, so we know how to build businesses. We know what's missing and we know what to add. I knew
Right.
that. I knew that being an effeminate black gay man in America, which ding dong is not a commodity or scarce, I needed to have things about me that needed to be only me.
Facts.
And one of those things was anonymity. You can't get this everywhere. Luxury. I've even turned down Hollywood options. You're not, no. If you're willing to pay me that, I'm worth 4, 5, 6 times that.
Yeah.
So no. I don't.
Mm.
This isn't people. Oh well, they leverage their social media presence into a career to go to. No, this isn't the leverage. This is my career.
Exactly.
This is my career. I've been doing this 21 years. I got 19 more before I retire, and
Nothing
I'm
wrong
going to
with
retire, and I'll give it all to my nephew, and enjoy
that.
being
Mm.
a wealthy man in
I
France.
love that.
In France,
Yes, in your castle.
yeah, in my castle with all my Persian cats. Like I love, yeah, like you got to know what you want from life. And you know what's so crazy? A lot of artists don't get that luxury. We love to do what we do, But the truth of the matter is, many of us give what we want to do a shot because we're not making enough any other way. We're not making
Yeah.
enough any other way. We look, and if you're a real entrepreneur, you look at all these other ways and say, these are dead ends. I could be fired tomorrow from that.
Yeah.
They'll want to not give me severance pay. They will. I won't get my pension. They'll not want to match my 401k dollar for dollar. Like, everybody wants that safety net, but nobody realizes that safety net is the quickest thing that can be taken from you. The pandemic
That's
proved it.
real. Yeah,
The
exactly.
pandemic proved it. Do you know how many people
Exactly.
said, fuck this, I never want to be in this situation again? We're starting that business we've been talking about for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
They said, because if we can survive the pandemic, oh, we can survive the 5 years and not making money from this, pouring into it.
Right.
So that
That's
somebody
real.
can't come along and say, time's up? Nobody will ever be able to say to me, time's up. Time's up. What? This is my shit.
This my time, right? My
Yeah.
shit.
And my time will be as long as I say it is.
Say that. I know that's right.
And so will yours. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you for
Yeah.
sitting down and talking to me
Of
today.
course.
We had a real conversation. We just and we talked. Get it? We were on topic. We talked art, but we talked entrepreneurship. We talked so
Yes.
many other things that I feel that the world will benefit from. Especially seeing
Likewise.
that you were, like you said, a masculine presenting man. Not most of y'all aren't though. Y'all know it's a good thing to come over here. So I never have a problem with a masculine presenting man saying no, I'm not doing that. I don't know
Yeah.
how this gonna look. No, every straight and gay. They be like, Queen, when you need me.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
get it. I built that. People start
Yeah.
seeing my results and how I turn around and I'm on my shit. Please, I tell people I worked the hardest during the pandemic because everybody was home and needed something to watch.
Mm.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
my cue.
real.
That was my cue.
Yeah. That's
That
when
was,
I started getting in the booth too. I was like, I gotta get
yeah.
something out of here.
Like
Yeah.
I realized that's like holidays, you're with your families. I don't make a lot of content around then. But them lonely winter nights, you know what? I'm in demand. I got
Mm-hmm.
hundreds of videos waiting. That's how I create. I have hundreds of monologues waiting because
Mm.
I just over create like that. But
I
because I
like
never
that.
want to, I was always told, even from a young man, well, he's not so young. He's an older gentleman, but I asked him. His name is Calvin. Shout out to you, Calvin. I love you so much. But Calvin owned a record label back in the '90s, and when I was talking about going solo back then with him, and I asked him, how do you do it? How do you do it? And he gave me one piece of advice that I've never not seen it work for me, and I've never seen it fall. He said you need to always have more. Don't always just have what you have. Always have some ready. And I learned
Yeah.
that. So I apply that to all of my business. I literally have it all. Wait, I don't have to make a video. I don't have to. For my main push of what I do, the monologues, I don't have to, but I do every time I get dressed because it costs money to get like this. So if I'm gonna get in the outfit, I might as well work.
Get a couple done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I multitask when I get dressed because I don't get dressed like this every day. So when I get dressed like this is the time I got to do those videos.
Time to work. Yeah.
One
That's real.
hand washes the other.
Hello.
Okay, so listen. On my first season, I did give me 3 words that empower and inspire you. Season 2, we're doing something different. We're doing make a
Okay.
wish. Make a wish. Say it out loud. If you could have anything in your life, what would you wish for?
Ooh. And I can't say more wishes, huh?
No, no. I'm gonna force you to get personal.
If I could have one wish, that's a good question. Um, to just genuinely, and I know this is kind of cliche, but just genuinely be truly happy, I guess. Like that would be my one wish. To just, I think to just, yeah, to just genuinely just be fulfilled, be filled up, like with this pure happiness, pure joy. And, I guess what that looks like for me, and I think what that looks like for me, and I don't know, I could be wrong, it could change, because you kind of have to do a few things to find which what really make you happy. But I guess for like right now, how I envision like my happiness is doing what I want to do every night. I mean, that it means everything I want to do. Like you said, like wake up. I'm only doing things that
That I
I
want to do.
feel yeah, exactly, passionate about, and I can afford it. I can afford my lifestyle. Money isn't a thing. I don't know what number that means, but I know that like that's not a thing I'm worried about. Like I have good, healthy relationships across the board. And yeah, I'm doing giving back and just kind of inspiring people. I think that's my one wish. Is just it would just be it'll look like that, and it's for as long as I'm here. You know.
You know what's so funny? I never tell people what I wish for. I'm always the one asking the question. But for the
Mm-hmm.
first time, we have a lot in common. For the first time, that's what I wish for.
Mm,
When I say to be genuinely happy, because a lot of my life I wasn't happy. So
yeah.
I want to know what it's like to be genuinely happy. And for me, genuine happiness is when I literally have all my needs met and I am an impactful, not just in the world, but able to give and
Yeah.
not miss it. You know,
Exactly.
and not miss it. Be able to shake a stick at it because I literally wanted to do it and I did it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's happiness for me. That's
Yeah.
happiness to literally be the type of man where I don't have to pack a bag to go anywhere. I'm the bag.
Hey, I love that. Come on now.
Go to a city, don't even pack a toothbrush. New York, I can go on to Dwayne Reed and buy a toothbrush when I get there. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I want to be. Okay, so my wish is happiness, but I want to be the bag.
Yeah.
Period. Not
I
have to,
need that.
like I said, no overnight, nothing. I get there, oh, I decide to eat dinner. I stop. I'm walking around New York, and I love to walk. So I'm walking around New York. Oh, I guess I'll pop in here. Sit down, and
Mm-hmm.
I have nowhere to be. Sit down by myself and enjoy. And then say, oh, oh, wait, I came up here for the day, but I need a place to stay. It's night. Check myself into the Sofitel.
Yeah. On a whim. It is what it is.
That's, yeah, that's what I've been really, and I know I'm going to get it because I've been focused on that for 20 years.
I love that.
It's been the same for 20 years. I've had the same outcome to be the
Mm.
to be the bag, to literally not have to pack anything because it's me. They know me. Oh, no problem. We know you. We put this on your tab. Da 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 da. I get upstairs or with my phone. You know, Apple Pay.
Hello. Yep. Love Apple Pay.
Yeah, that is to be the bag, and that's
Yeah.
happiness. Every need is met, not just my needs, but the needs of those that I love and care about. That's
Exactly.
happiness for me. Wow. Thank you. You did well.
No, thank you. I really appreciate you. Thanks for the. I didn't know you was gonna get on here and preach. I did watch a few of your efforts. I'm like, you got like a little like a pastor thing kind
Oh
of going
God.
on.
Well, I was raised in
No,
a church. I was raised in a church. I was raised in
I
a
can
church from
feel.
like
I feel
10.
it.
Get it?
Yeah,
10 to 20. And then I left. I'm more spiritual now. Now I'm a shaman. You know, I'm back into the African stuff. Now I'm what my
yeah,
family was before we came to America and they said, okay,
yeah.
pastor. I'm the one with the bowl. I'm throwing the bones in the bowl, like what they say now. That's it. The bone right here. Oh, somebody pregnant. Who is that? That's you. You know? Somebody, oh, you can make it. Oh,
Yeah.
I got a new job coming. That's me. That's me all day long. That's me all day long.
Well,
Thank you so much
I
for
love
doing
it.
this today.
Thank
Let me
you.
tell you something. I don't have another one of these scheduled until the end of the month, which is not that many days. But I took this one. I couldn't wait to do this, and I didn't know why, and now I know. We just talked. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
of
you for
course.
being able to partake in my vision of being able to show the world what it's like when people from all different walks of life just come together and have a conversation. I really do believe what India Irie said in one of her albums. She said, if young people would talk to old people and if old people would talk to young people, if you talk, period, we would be a better people. We'd understand.
Mm,
I
yeah,
don't know I'm hurting unless I tell you.
exactly.
You won't know how to help me unless I ask you for help and then tell you how you can help me. But most
Hmm.
people don't know how to ask for help and they don't know
Yeah.
what they need. They don't know what
Mm,
they need. You ask them, what do
heavy
you,
on that
I don't know. What do you think I need? You're losing. You're losing right there.
already. Yep.
So I definitely would like to wish your career the best. I can't wait to hear your music. I'm gonna send you mine. You send me
Yes,
yours.
please do.
Send me the Apple streaming link. I know you're
I
on all
will.
the platforms. So
Yes.
before we do that, Tell everybody where they can hear your music. I got to do my job before I say goodbye.
Yes.
Tell everybody where they can hear your music. Your name, his name is Priicy. Tell them what they
My
can.
name is Priicy. Yes, that's Priicy. 2 eyes. Yes, you can find me. I'm everywhere. I'm on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud. Yeah, it's just Priicy. Priicy. Y'all can follow me on all the social media. My social media is It's Me Priicy. So ITSME Priicy. So yeah. Thank you
So
so
what's
much,
all
Queen
of
of Shade.
yours? Oh, you said thank you so much. No, so I was going to say before you go from there, what song right now of yours is popping that you like that you want us to listen to?
Poetic Frustration. Please, that's my favorite song right now. I released it in this summer, June or July, but it's my favorite song by myself so far. Well, at least right now, not so far, but right now, go and check that out. I won't say what it's about. Just get into it.
Yeah, Poetic Frustration. Okay.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of rapper extraordinaire Priicy. You deserve this applause. It's a long one. Soak it in.
Yay, yay.
Don't go away. So did you enjoy? Was the conversation everything you thought it would be? It was for me. I love catching up with my friends. It was absolutely amazing. So if you thought it was amazing, please continue to watch, comment, like, and share. And most of all, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you, and I do this for you. Good, wholesome content about self-love, self-confidence, and self-healing. The Queen of Shade loves you all. Remember my name, the Queen of Shade. Mwah.
You could have more of me, but I'm questioning your loyalty. But you know my love is never free. Little boy, come get your daddy, please. And I wish you could have more of me, but I'm questioning your loyalty. But you know my love is never free. Little boy, come get your daddy, please. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get you, boy.
Please subscribe to the Queen of Shades YouTube today for over 1,000 original videos created by the Queen herself. Subscribe today.
Turn that TV down.